Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today it looks like we've got a bit of an update to celebrate, and by today, it was actually a couple of days ago, but I've put off making this video long enough and I'm excited to go over the update with you. So the update itself was posted on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023, and the big exciting part is of course the 16 new coat options that we have now to try out, including Pinto, Overo, Dapple, and Roan coats. They've included a couple of examples for us to check out. But the really exciting thing for me is kind of reading in between the lines. But if we kind of analyze where the mobile game has been going versus where the desktop game has been going, and reading very carefully what they've said here, I feel like, and this is me being ridiculously optimistic, that this could be heading in a really good direction. So this update primarily focuses on behind-the-scenes improvements. These improvements will give us the tools to make the game feel and play better than ever before. So what could that possibly mean? Because frankly, the game plays amazing, short of a few little knick-knacky kind of bugs here and there that cause a little bit of chaos. The game overall is stunning and really plays quite well. So what could they be talking about, right? Now, if you're unfamiliar, the desktop version of this game is actually many updates behind the mobile version of this game, but I do personally prefer the desktop version of this game because it's a little bit more, in my opinion, kind of polished. It has a good feeling. You pay, yes, a little bit more upfront for it, but then it's just paid and it's done, which could also be why we haven't gotten an update. This could be a little bit of that Animal Crossing syndrome where the mobile version has the sort of pay-to-play kind of a vibe. Like, free to play, but like, to do any of the things you really want to do, you're gonna have to dish out a little bit, or else just be heckin' patient. They also did a survey last year, at the end of last year, and a lot of people, not including me because I didn't see it until it was too late, got to answer some questions. So I don't know what was actually included in the survey, but the fact that they put out a survey is hopeful, I think, because if they weren't planning on making improvements to the game, why would they waste their time putting out a survey? And so looking at the changes, updated game engine to improve stability, makes me think that why would they necessarily do that again if they aren't planning on adding to the game, and what could they be adding? Who knows at this point? The Free Ride Ranch map has been visually upgraded. So when they say Free Ride Ranch map, their terminology doesn't always feel like it's consistent across the board. So I'm assuming this is like the free roam maps. I'm not sure which. I think it's just your main location map has been visually upgraded. And then of course 16 new horse patterns. Now they did fix a bunch of bugs, but if you've read any of the comments on this update, it seems that they have unleashed a bunch of bugs. People who had cloud saved their game have now lost their saves and a few other things. So I have no idea what's being done about that, but I had just checked it out in the discuss section. People just saying that their save data had disappeared. Like, always make sure to back up your stuff, you guys. So I've noticed a couple of bugs myself in the game, and we're going to take a look at some of them now as we explore what has been changed and what has been improved. Okay, so in all honesty, I hadn't been playing the game for a while there, so I'm going to have a little bit of a struggle seeing what's different and what's new and what's not, but let's just dive into this particular save and go to the creation hub so we can check out what these new coat patterns actually look like. Now, I, unlike some people on the interwebs, are not super familiar with all the coat patterns because I'm not really big into breeding and like doing crazy stuff. I kind of feel like that's going to change. Please God, tell me I saved this somewhere. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, so I actually found somebody online who posted all of them. So if I can remember where I got them from, it's not in the screen grab, but I will be sure to thank them somewhere. But let's just get right on to the appearance. Now, the first bug that I noticed, if we can just get to... Okay, so I'm just going to reset the horse quick. Okay, so I've reset the horse, and the one thing that you'll notice is the horse has this white splotch on the tail, and that doesn't really go away until you kind of change the patterns periodically, so it just sort of stays there. So that was the first kind of glitch that I noticed. I'm also noticing that I can't scroll, that my middle mouse button on my mouse doesn't scroll nicely anymore, so I'm not sure what they did there, but you can still click and drag like you used to be able to, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through all 16 of these new coat patterns. I'm going to dig through them and find them all for you so we can take a look, but do keep in mind that this white patch at the back may not be part of the pattern. It may just be one of those things. Also, did the water move this nicely before? And was there butterflies before? Is that new? I don't know if that's new. That might not be new, but boy, is that giving me just a really good vibe right now. And like the grass, gosh, the details in this game, you guys, always blow me away. Okay, enough of that. Let's just get down to it. Okay, so this is one of the new ones, Patchwork Appaloosa. Now, of course, this is a little bit busier than I think I would perhaps want to go for, but this is very cool. I do like all the little flecking and all the little details. Okay, this is also another new one. It looks like there's a little bit of white on the ear. That's actually quite cute. And this is the Banded Appaloosa. Ooh, this one's fun. This is really giving like a cosmic space dust kind of a vibe. This is really fun. I have a feeling this would look really nice on like a dark gray or even a black coat. Ooh, yes. And this is called Powdered Dapples. This is another one that's a little bit busier. This is the Shadow Dapple. This is a little bit more intense than anything that I like, but I do think it is pretty well executed, especially on the face here, but maybe a little bit busy from my personal taste. So this one is the Overo Blanket. I'm not really sure what's happening under here with the texture. This, unfortunately, is a little bit, this should have been a flat color in my opinion. That looks a little bit something. All right, and this is the Whisper Pinto, which is interesting, but I would need to see the other side of the face. If this is literally mirrored on the other side, I feel like that might be a little bit of a, you can see maybe it, can we get in here? Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably like combo this with some kind of a pattern down the front of the face, but still very cool. Okay, and this is the Lavish Snow Cap, which again has something going on. I'm not sure like what kind of a texture is happening under here, but it's not reading well. Ooh, I quite like this one. So this one's the Scattered Pinto. This one's quite pretty. And so now you can see that white has eventually disappeared. I'm not sure when it happened, but eventually it does like come and go. So I'm not sure what's happening with that, but that is definitely a little glitch. This is very pretty though. I like this quite a bit. Okay, and this is another new one. This is the Stippled Pinto. Kind of like a, what is it, stippling brush? Is this not a makeup technique? Stippled Pinto? I don't know. Anyways, this is also a bit busy, but I think it's really pretty. It's a really fun, very random looking pattern. Ooh, this one, this Ombre Pinto. This is nice. I especially love this part right here. This is pretty cool too, but this area right here, this is really fun. Okay, and this is the Finger Paint Pinto, which is very cool, and it definitely has that finger painted vibe. It's a very artistic, beautiful looking design. And see how because it's darker in here, it's not drawing attention to this area. You know, it's bad enough that the horses aren't anatomically correct. This doesn't really bother me, but like, it's just, unfortunately, I think this line would have anyways been better brought up, but when it has like a texture on it, the way that it's lit, I mean, I'm sure maybe it's fine in the rest of the game, I'd have to see, but that's just my like one nitpicky little thing. All right, and this is the Hazy Roan, which I love how much you can really feel like the texture of this with your eyes. Like it's so, I just wish you could actually pet. You could actually pet it or brush it, you know? Okay, and Tavera Wave. This is really nice, this faded look also. I just love, look at that texture in here. Oh God. The textures in this game are already incredible. I love the lighting and just the texture overall of the horses is so beautiful. But like right here and like right there, just yes. Okay, this is High Socked oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever tried to say that word out loud. High Socked Tobiano? Am I even close? Please don't laugh at me. This is also quite pretty. And Painted Sabino. I can't believe I have to attempt to say this a second time, but this is the Cloudy Tobiano. Tobiano? Anyways, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm doing my best, okay? I do quite like this one though. There's something really, really pretty about this that I love, like this big patch here and how it kind of comes across and down the front. Silhouette Tobiano. And that's it. So those are all, and you can see now the white's back on the tail. So like, I don't know what's going on there, but something's going on there. I'm not sure. Hopefully they fix it at some point. And I wonder also if it will stay, like if it is actually part. So like if you pick something where it's not supposed to be there and then they do fix it, I wonder if it'll disappear. Who knows? Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to check out was actually what they were saying about the upgrades. Make sure my volume is turned down. To the free roam. So I'm hoping that I'm understanding this correctly. Okay, so ride through your ranch. So that must be it then. Okay, well, let's take my bestie here, Carefree Summer. and just go for a quick wander around. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I'd actually played the game. When the update happened, I had only just kind of started it up again, so I have no idea what this is going to look like, but let's just do the course quick and just have a quick peek. Maybe you guys can point out to me what's new, what I've missed. Let's go do the thing. I feel like overall, the game is so beautiful. Like, the moving grass, I mean, there's certain angles and stuff where obviously you weren't really ever meant to see things from a certain angle, where stuff gets kind of weird. I'm also noticing lots of little floating little insects and stuff, and like leaves falling. I wonder if any of this is new, because it's definitely adding to the overall atmosphere. Something that I wish that's like hardcore on my wish list for this game is for them to take the jumps out, so you could actually just do like a trail ride through this game without any jumps. I think that would be a really fun thing, just to go through. Maybe there's a little bit of extra wildlife, like in this particular place there's like birds or like ducks and stuff in the pond that actually react to you coming over, so they'll like they'll run away, haha, they'll fly away. But could you imagine, like, this is such a beautiful, I do feel like it looks crisper than it did. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Is my mind just like filling stuff in? I don't know. Look at all the pretty flowers though. They do such a beautiful job on this game. I wonder if they really know exactly what they have here, because I know some people are a little bit like, oh, the jumping and this, but you know, if you actually approach the jump from a slightly different angle, the horse's back legs do actually do different things. It isn't always the identical animation. So just the fact though that they mocapped the horses, so you can see there was a good example and there as well, that my horse's legs did something slightly different than they were doing before. But the fact that they mocap the horse, like, the horses look so good. The textures look so good. The characters, like the human's face is a little bit something. For lack of a better term, the face is a little bit interesting. And I wish there was maybe a little bit more customization, like customizable options for this. But overall, I love this game. I think if I'd had this game growing up, like, I grew up with a lot of the Let's Ride and like Championship Season and a few of those other kind of games, those like early horse games where the horses look just so horrifying that you're like, you knew it was a horse only because it was a horse game, not because it actually looked like a horse. But this game, I feel like, also has the potential to be, I never actually know where to go from here. I think you're supposed to take that jump back there. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm just doing this in kind of whatever. I just wanted to take us around and kind of have a look. I feel like there is more details off in the distance. Something that I was super excited about with the last update was actually your ability to take photos. Now, this feels a little bit clunky still to me, having to go, like, I'm having to use my keyboard as well to help control this. I feel like the left mouse button should be able to do something, and then the right mouse button be able to do something. But look at how, like, you literally infinite possibilities. So this is what I mean when I feel like the game wasn't really meant to be seen from overhead like this, because you can see how they cheat the grass, how they make the grass work. So that it has that really good grass-like look. But man, it's such a cool thing to be able to take photos from really any angle. So now I've forgotten what I was doing. Yes. Overall, I think things that I secretly hope are coming in the next update is I would love to have the ability to have this stuff, like this kind of riding, count towards training. I would love to see also a walk, trot, canter, gallop. I feel like it would be nice to be able to, oh god, this is going to be rough. There we go. I feel like it would be nice to be able to walk. I mean, I did kind of figure out the pattern or the timing for if you want to have the look of walking, but it's super awkward to do. But the animation is kind of there, so I feel like the trot, you can also do a trot, and there is like a little bit of a posting animation already in it, so it makes me wonder if that's something that they could do in the future as well, you know, give us the option, because this whole, like, I'm not pressing anything right now and we're just going, like, we're just living our best lives and we only go two speeds, well, 3 speeds, stop, go, and go faster. That's what we've got going on. But overall, it's really hard for me to tell, like, what is new with this. All I know is that it really does look visually so appealing. I could spend so much time in this area just because it's visually so beautiful to look at. Like, look at the duckies. Look at this duckies. Aren't they cute? Like, if you if you come over, then they fly away, which I think is such a nice little, oops, such a nice little attention to detail, you know? Okay, now heading back, let's just sneak out of here for a second. Yes, I want to quit. Heading back to the stables, something that I noticed people commenting on was not this area, but in the foal stalls, that the background was different. Now, I don't feel like mine looks like it is different. I don't know if this is actually what's different or if it's just still at such a great distance, or maybe it's only when you actually go and breed one of your horses to see like what the background is. I mean, I don't know if it changes, but that was another thing to look out for. I really would love for us to be a little bit further out from the stalls. I feel like we are so tight in on this with this big bar in the background. It's something that I've thought about for a while. I would love to see all of this from a different angle. I feel like this is there, you know, some of my horses, as you can see, like I have $199 million. I think I would put my horses up in slightly bigger, more comfortable stalls than these. Do you know what I mean? I think I would absolutely do that. So I don't know. It would be really neat to see how, not neat to see, but it will be neat to see how they choose to expand this game if they do. I know that for me personally, I would absolutely be willing to invest in like an expansion pack. I know that not everybody feels that way, but I definitely would. If they were like, hey, we want to do this, but we're going to have to charge you for it, I would be like, just take my money. Just take it all. Listen, I'll just pay for it. Like I said, I used to work in mobile games. All right, I'll do the work. I don't know. But anyways, there you go. That's going to be it for this video. Also the very first video on my channel. So if you enjoyed this at all, or you have faith in what it is that I'm doing, possibly doing here, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up, comment to let me know what you're most hopeful for in terms of like your ultimate wish list for Rival Stars. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out if I choose to make another video. Who knows? We'll see. But otherwise, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch, and I guess happy riding. That's all for now. Bye!